In a quiet Victorian town, a family lunch became one of Australia's most shocking murder cases. A beef Wellington laced with deadly mushrooms left 3 people dead and another fighting for his life. Now, Erin Patterson has been sentenced to life in prison with a minimum of 33 years. A crime that shattered families and captured national attention has reached its conclusion. In Melbourne, Erin Patterson has been sentenced to life in prison with a minimum of 33 years for killing 3 members of her extended family with a meal laced with poisonous mushrooms. The Supreme Court of Victoria found the 50-year-old mother guilty of murdering Don and Gail Patterson, both 70, and Gail's sister, Heather Wilkinson, 66. The victims fell ill after a lunch at her home in Leongatha in July 2023. The court heard that Reverend Ian Wilkinson, who also ate the beef Wellington served that day, survived only after undergoing a liver transplant and spending several months in hospital. Justice Christopher Beale said the crimes were the result of substantial planning and underscored Patterson's lack of remorse. He noted that the consequences extended far beyond the victims, devastating 2 families and leaving Patterson's own children without their grandparents.
Please stand. For the attempted murder of Ian Wilkinson, I sentence you to 25 years imprisonment. For the murder of Heather Wilkinson, I sentence you to life imprisonment. For the murder of Gail Patterson, I sentence you to life imprisonment. For the murder of Don Patterson, I sentence you to life imprisonment. All sentences are to be served concurrently. The total effective sentence is life imprisonment, and I fix a non-parole period of 33 years. Your offending, which resulted in the death of 3 people and near death of another, involved substantial premeditation. I am satisfied that by the 16th of July 23, when you unusually invited Simon, his parents and his aunt and uncle to a lunch without the children to discuss your non-existent medical issues, you did so with the intention of killing them all. You showed no pity for your victims. Instead of informing those treating the Pattersons and Wilkinsons that you had used foraged mushrooms, which you could have done without having to admit that you had deliberately poisoned their meals, you repeatedly denied foraging, insisting that the mushrooms for the beef Wellingtons were sourced solely from Woolworths and an Asian grocery. We will never know whether revealing the use of foraged mushrooms would have made a difference.
Jurors also heard that Patterson fabricated a cancer diagnosis to explain why her children were not present at the meal, telling relatives she wished to discuss how to share the news with them. Evidence presented in court revealed that the victims were served their food on large grey plates, while Patterson used a smaller tan-coloured dish for herself. Prosecutors said this arrangement reflected intent rather than accident. Her former husband, Simon Patterson, testified that he declined an invitation to the meal out of fear. He told the court he believed his former partner had previously tried to poison him on 3 occasions after he fell seriously ill from food she had prepared during their marriage. Reverend Wilkinson, in his victim impact statement, said the poisoning left him feeling only half alive, with permanent health consequences. Simon Patterson said their 2 children now live in a fractured home, knowing their mother murdered their grandparents. The case drew intense public attention across Australia, with journalists, podcasters and documentary crews filling the regional court in Morwell during the 9-week trial. Toxicology experts explained that the mushrooms used in the dish were amanita phalloides, commonly known as death caps. They are considered the world's most dangerous mushrooms and are responsible for the majority of fatal mushroom poisonings globally. The toxins, known as amatoxins, attack the liver and kidneys, often leading to multiple organ failure. Although Patterson maintained that the poisoning was accidental, jurors dismissed her account. The court's findings and the sentence handed down by Justice Beale close one of the most closely watched criminal cases in recent Australian history.